Let's go live now to the scene in Brussels, where he is being greeted by the EU diplomatic chief. And next to her is the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. Let's listen in.
Interests, and we believe it is in Israel's interest, especially in the security interest of Israel, to find a sustainable and comprehensive solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This is why the European Union will increase its work together with our international friends and partners, but also with friends and partners in the region, starting from Egypt and Jordan, and obviously with the parties, with Israel and Palestine, to start to relaunch the peace process, even if it seems difficult times. We will have a similar conversation with President Abbas in January. You know where the European Union stands. We believe that the only realistic solution to the conflict between Israel and Palestine is based on two states, with Jerusalem as the capital of both the State of Israel and the State of Palestine along the 67 line. This is our consolidated position, and we will continue to respect the international consensus on Jerusalem until the final status of the Holy City is resolved through direct negotiations between the parties, and we hope that the parties can engage in meaningful direct negotiations with the support of the international community. Let me also say that the worst thing that can happen now is an escalation of tensions, of violence, first of all around the holy places, but also in the region and beyond. Let me condemn in the strongest possible way all attacks on Jews everywhere in the world, including in Europe, and on Israel and on Israeli citizens. Increased tensions and violence would only inflame the region and would be a gift to the extremes and to those that are not interested and actually against peace and security and living together. We express in the strongest possible manner our full support to the work that Jordan, and in particular His Majesty, the King of Jordan, is playing as the custodian of the holy places. I met the Foreign Minister of Jordan here last Friday, and I know that we share an interest in the holy places keeping their strongest possible value and being a point of reference for the three monotheistic religions. This is not only important for Jerusalem, but also for the entire world. Let me finish by a positive note. Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And welcome.
And
let's make sure that
Merry Christmas. That's not far away.
Let's make sure it doesn't take other 22 years to have a visit.
No, it won't.
Yes.
I thank you for this invitation, Federica, and also to the government of Lithuania. It's a pleasure to be here. Europe and Israel are important partners in three main areas. In the area of security, the area of prosperity, and the area of peace. In security, Israeli intelligence has prevented dozens of terrorist attacks, many of them on European soil, and I think countless lives have been saved as a result of this cooperation that is well known to the security services of many European governments. We'll continue to do so as part of our common battle against terrorism. Equally, I think that the greatest problem facing Europe is the flow of people who are escaping the battle-torn areas in the Middle East. And the Middle East is under threat, both of ISIS, militant Islam of the Sunni variety, and militant Islam of the Shiite variety led by Iran. Israel is the strongest power in the Middle East that is preventing the spread of militant Islam, not only preventing ISIS attacks in Europe, but also preventing the collapse of many parts of the Middle East adjacent to Israel that would otherwise be taken over by these militant Islamists, driving many millions into Europe. So obviously we do so to protect ourselves, but in so doing I believe that Israel serves a very important security function for the people of Europe in ways that are not always understood, but increasingly are appreciated by the relevant governments. The second point is prosperity. We are in a revolution. A great revolution in the world. The future belongs to those who innovate. 10 years ago, the 10 leading companies in the world were 5 energy companies, 1 IT. In a brief span of a decade, that's been completely reversed. 5 IT companies are now in the top 10. 1 energy company left, which went from number 1 to number 5. The revolution is big data, artificial intelligence, connectivity, the net. New industries are created out of thin air. Israel has now a car industry. We never had. Europe has many car industries. Our car industry receives tens of billions of dollars of investment, including 15 billion a few months ago when Intel bought an Israeli-based autonomous vehicle company. We didn't have this. We have 500 startups just in autonomous vehicles and in ways and crowdsourcing that are important, that are changing the pace of transportation. I give this as one example. Digital health, another example, being developed in Israel. Precision agriculture, IT, cyber. Israel now receives 20% of the global private investment in cybersecurity. Can we live without cybersecurity? Can you protect your bank accounts, your electricity grids, your civil aviation, your cars in the future? You need cybersecurity. Israel is a world partner. Therefore, the partnership between Israel and Europe is vital, in my opinion,